Hey, it's Major. So we are gonna do something super quick to complement dinner, which is the Russian chicken tonight. We're gonna do the apple crisp, and that's gonna go in the little mini crock pot. So again, it's really fast. The recipe actually calls for 6 cups of thinly sliced apples, but I just cut one of each of these. And if you really want to save time, you get an apple cutter because it took me like 3 minutes. And you're just gonna cut it all up into little teeny pieces. I just washed my hands, so they're clean. Don't worry. Into really small pieces, and then you're gonna put some lemon juice on it. So really, it's just like 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and you can just kind of like roll the lemon in your hand. That kind of makes it juicier. Or you can use lemon juice, but it's not really necessary. We're gonna do that. And then there's a little seed. I thought I got all the seeds out of this one first, but clearly I didn't. No worries. Get those 2 little seeds out of there, because I don't want anything crunchy in my apple crisp. Okay, just kind of stir that up. And then we're gonna transfer this to the mini crock pot. So, that's this guy. Alright. And then we're gonna go ahead and add in the rest of the ingredients. So it's a 1.25 cups of uncooked oats. And so I actually use just the store brand oats and honey. I like it because, it's already kind of a little bit sweeter, and it also gives you almonds and whatnot. So if you don't do almonds, then just use regular, like oats that you would use for oatmeal. But this is a cup. Awesome. And a 1/3 cup. And then we're gonna do 1/2 cup of flour. And I keep my flour in, I use flour a lot, I use it for pancakes, I use it for crepe, literally everything. So I just keep mine like this because it's easier. So 1/2 cup of this. A dustpan. And then it's a 1/2 cup of packed brown sugar. Brown sugar is actually up here. Right. So 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Usually I put the ingredients out before, but I actually needed the mixing bowl and stuff, so you guys get this in the flesh. But so 1/2 cup of packed sugar, and what they mean by that is literally just pack it down into the measuring cup, because it's actually a lot different. Brown sugar is pretty light and fluffy, so if you don't pack it, you're gonna have a totally different amount, probably about half or 2/3 the amount that you should have had. Okay, so that's my 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And then when it's like a 1/2 teaspoon or less, or dash, I honestly don't measure it. So it's just, I use Badia. It's a super cheap brand for spices. Spices are expensive, so Badia, a lot of the Hispanic labels, like they run a little bit lower. Since I'm a student, it works. But it's just a 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger, and then a dash of nutmeg, and an optional dash of ground cloves. So, perfect. And then what you're gonna do is just kind of like mix all this up. And this is gonna be the actual crumble part. So we're just gonna kind of stir it all up in there, like Christmas. And then you're gonna add in some butter, and that's gonna kind of like solidify the actual crumble consistency. And so it is 4 tablespoons of butter. I already kind of, cut it up into little chunks. So I'm just gonna put that in here, and the rest of it, I need to scoop out the spoon. And then as soon as you do that, I'm just gonna stir it up one more time, and then toss this right over top of the apples. And then it's gonna cook on low. I'm gonna go ahead and cook it on low for 4 hours. You can cook it on high for 2 hours. But because I'm making the apricot chicken, the Russian chicken, and that has to cook for 4 hours, I might as well just go ahead and cook this for 4 hours too, so they're done at the same time. Otherwise, I will totally eat all of this and then have no space for actual dinner. So, we're gonna go ahead and just toss this over top so you can see it's a nice little mixture. Super easy. Let's go put it in. Oh, and this is one of my favorite drinks. Excess mango pineapple guava is the bomb. So here we go. I kind of like stir it and scoop it while I'm putting it in, just so it kind of goes in a little bit more evenly. And then you don't really need to stir the apples and stuff in here. I'm just making sure it kind of like makes it hot well. Okay. Okay. And then, like I said, we'll put this on low. And I don't need to put a timer on it just because there is, you know what? I probably can't even hear anything I'm saying. So, I was saying, just in case you couldn't hear me, you don't really need to stir it. You just put it right on top of the apples. And I don't need to set a timer because I have a timer for the chicken. And they're going to come out at the same time. So, that's all. Enjoy.